So, one other thing. So, one thing obviously that we have in common, we both went to Lurgan last year.
We live in the same house.
Yeah, live in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither of us are very tidy. Anyway.
No, Banshee went losing her shit over that, so she was. She came in, she was like, "Go, we'll get out of the fire escape." I was like, "It's just closed." And
yeah, because we were hanging towels like from the window and stuff like that.
That was a great place to dry it.
I regret nothing. I'm like putting it over. Like she was saying, we can't get around. There's no room on the floor.
Yeah, she sent her husband up to open the windows in the morning and stuff because she said she could not get around the room. It was just some clothes in the floor.
And then what was his name again? He was doing like aerials before we tidied it up. Killian, yeah. Like,
how'd you forget Killian's name? We left each other for 3 weeks.
I am terrible with people's names. Genuinely, just.
He was 2 beds away from me. He was beside me.
I know. If you asked me, if you gave me a picture of the lads in our house, like I'd probably be able to get like half of them. I'm that bad with names.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
Okay. I'll get a picture of the lads. But yeah, I think we had a really good house actually this year. The
camera keeps cutting out after like 20 minutes, so.
We're going for over an hour, are we?
Oh yeah, we're 50 minutes into it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. That's Christmas Day. Actually, I just pulled up my thumbnail because it's the picture of the house is actually my thumbnail for my Lurgan video.
So the thing is, like, we did have a really good house, which is why I feel so bad that I can't remember a lot of their names.
I can't believe you can't remember. Like, okay, I'll admit it took me a while to learn their names.
That's one thing that I'm not looking forward to. So I actually haven't told Daragh this, but I'm going to be a Kinnera in Lurgan next year.
Fair play.
Yeah, for Course of C. So that's one of the things I'm not looking forward to, learning off people's names, because I am terrible at it.
Do you remember the first day? I still do.
You didn't even get to me. You got like.
I gave up.
And you're just like, nah, I'm not going to bother.
Okay,
so I'll insert the picture here while I'm trying to remember them. Okay, Jack.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah. We're working left to right if you're following the photo.
Jonah.
Yeah.
Oh, who's he?
That's me.
Oh yeah, Evan.
Yeah.
Killian.
Yeah.
The thing is, he looked exactly like a lad that was in my house the year before, so I kept confusing his name. Oh, come on.
You give up?
Help me out here.
Neil McLaughlin.
Oh my god, Neil. How can I forget his name?
Okay, I'll send him this clip. Go on, next.
Simon?
Yeah. This is the last person before Eoin.
Cahill.
Yeah, and then there's you. Fair play.
Okay.
You just didn't get Neil. Okay, that wasn't too bad. The way you're dressing it up.
No, like, I'm terrible with names, so you know what?
Yeah, no, fair play.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, Neil. But, like, you looked exactly like a lad in my house last year. Sorry, the year before, Alex. So, like, even when we were in the Gaeltacht together, I would call him Alex, just because, like, sorry, man, but like.
Yeah. Nah, I'm joking. I didn't know Colin's name for ages. I'll be honest. Like, for the first week, I didn't know Colin's name, and then it was eventually I had to admit it. No, I told him this.
Yeah,
he knows this is no surprise to him. But he's so quiet that I didn't really get to speak to him much. But
yeah, like that's the thing in Lurgan. Like, you can have full friendships without ever really knowing their name.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. So speaking of Lurgan, we've talked about music. We've talked about Lurgan. Mm-hmm. What's your favourite Lurgan song?
I probably have 2, and they're for 2 different reasons, right? But first, my actual favourite song I think that Lurgan ever produced was Imagine Dragons' Believer. That was from Féile C to not this year when we went, the year before. I think you were at that course.
Yeah, I was actually.
I think that's a phenomenal song. Sean Damery, he was on our course this year. Phenomenal singer, like just so good. The video is really fun as well. The Féile C video, I really enjoyed it, watching it. And then my other favourite song would have to be Green Light, and Grace Willis sung that. Because that was on my course, my first year I went, and it was just a really fun video to shoot. Like when you see her on the bus with the green light, and she's on top of the bus, and we're all around. it was just a fun time. Like, it just kind of
Yeah.
brings back good memories when I listen to it. So what are your favourite Lurgan songs?
I really love Geronimo. That's probably my
That's
favorite one.
brilliant song.
Just because it comes out every time, and it's like got such a connection to Lurgan, and like it comes out any time that people are together. I still listen to it today, and
Yeah.
it's just also such a tune.
I forgot about Geronimo. Yeah, it's all
Like-
dailies and stuff. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then, and this one is actually for a very different reason. The Riptide one that they did, and it's not even because of Lurgan.
What is it? Why is it?
So I learned that, and I sang it during the Shocked in the Gaeilge. I can't remember which school I was in at the time, but at one of my schools, that was the first time that like I got introduced to Lurgan stuff, and after learning that, that's what made me decide to go to Lurgan in the first place.
Oh, cool. I love
So,
that.
and I still listen to it today. And obviously, if you want to check out my learning 5 songs in 24 hours, that was my cheat song. I knew that before, but I'd learned it like 5 years before, so it's fine.
Spoiler
But
alert.
it's in there. I have a cover of it, so like, it's still one that I listen to. It's just so good. Like,
Yeah.
or Take My Hand is another class
That's a
one.
brilliant song. Yeah.
To be honest, they just have so many bangers. Just go and check them out on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah,
Like-
and they're starting to release new music now. They're not just doing covers anymore. And Callum Agnew's Niche Shar song is phenomenal. Callum Agnew. I know I had him up my story, and I know he's on my course. But please go check him out. Like, he
Yeah.
is phenomenal. Like, his voice is so unconventional. Like, I think any singing coach would probably try and change his voice, but it is so good. I really
The first time I actually listened to Callum Agnew, I'm not gonna lie, I actually didn't like it.
same. Yeah, me too.
But I heard him sing it like 2 or 3 times, and it grew on me, and I just love his voice now.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
it's just so different to anything that you would hear.
Yeah.
So definitely go and check out his stuff.
Yeah, he's Callum Agnew Music on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I'm following him anyway. But honestly, like he could end up really going places.
Like, that's actually one thing as well that I want to talk to you. So Lurgan are trying to put out more original songs in Irish.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's a market for that? Even in Ireland, not even internationally.
In Ireland, what gives me hope is, remember I was talking about Kneecap earlier.
Yeah.
The fact that they're now touring a bit. Now they're still doing small enough venues, but they've sold out Dublin, 2 nights in Dublin, 1 in Roisin Dubh. Like, they've completely sold it out. So the fact that they're able to do it, it gives me hope that there is. But I think the market could still be. I think it's just people's opinions with Irish is all wrong. Come back to the whole education system, right? I think people are taught Irish the wrong way. I think you should be more emphasis on spoken rather than written, because I could barely speak Irish, even though I've been learning since I was 4 until I went to Lurgan. So I think if there was more spoken Irish and people actually enjoyed Irish more, I think it would actually open up the industry for listening to Irish music. But
Yeah.
the fact that people have such a stigma against Irish because of the way it's incorrectly taught, I think it does limit the market at the moment.
Like, I personally don't believe that it has a market here in Ireland. I actually think it would do better overseas.
I do believe the nostalgic sort of kind of like, oh, it's Irish, the sort
Yeah.
of American thing. Yeah, no, totally agree. Because you said only Ireland, I was like, it's still too much of a stigma, but
Yeah, and as well, I know that it's not exactly comparable, but even Ed Sheeran, he rewrote Perfect in Irish, or was it it was Thinking Out Loud in Irish,
Did he?
and he released that as part of his like, I think it was Multiply Wembley edition album, but like, he released a full Irish track, and it did really well, but that's obviously Ed Sheeran.
yeah.
Like-
Macklemore, no, he didn't actually do one. He watched Lurgan's Can't Hold Us and went. They kind of got him to say a couple bits in Irish, but
Yeah, check that out. That's actually, it's like a good video as well.
yeah, it's pretty cool that the fact that they actually got Macklemore to watch it and kind of like they went like, oh, it's Mr. Macklemore, I was this Mr. Ryan Lewis, I was sure I can't hold this Australia or something like that. But
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. But they actually got him to, the 2FM rally or the 2FM Irish CD.
Yep.
They got him to like talk the intro with Saoirse Ronan. They got Saoirse Ronan and him to actually introduce the songs.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. You should really go check that out.
Yeah.
The 2FM made it, but also one of the girls from Lurgan, Nora Moran, and her singing partner Jade. Nora came down for like one day during our course, but she was on my course the year beforehand. But she won BO, you know the singing competition. She won that.
Nora and Jade. I was actually chatting to them once I heard once I heard about that. I sent them like a DM to congratulate them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, I know them. I don't know her really well actually.
Really?
She came down for a day, like during our course. She came down for like a couple of days. Like she was there. But I would have known her anyway. But yeah, like it was kind of cool to kind of see like someone you know on the CD, and fair play to both of them. As in like
absolutely
again another.
Listen to the track. It's good.
And they're both fluent Oscailga because I don't know Jade, but I know Nora is her dad was actually teacher at Lurgan last year as well, and he's completely fluent Oscailga. So I think the fact that 2FM were kind of pushing the Irish songs into the kind of into the technical schools, I think was good. And Sholin, you know Sholin.
Yeah.
There, the main singer. I can't think of his name right now. He was actually working at Lurgan the year I was there as well.
Yeah.
They actually commented on my Lurgan video as well, and they actually did. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Thanks, appreciate them for that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, like I think there's a little bit of hope that like
there's just like I feel like people are starting to get a bit more into it now that Irish is kind of dying.
Yeah.
And it is dying, which I know I'm kind of sad to see it.
Yeah, like I would have hated Irish before I went to Lurgan, and it wasn't until I went I had it the wrong way. I hated the subject. I didn't hate the language. And
the language is actually such a nice language, but it's a fecking pain of a subject.
Oh yeah, I don't like subject at all. Yeah.
Like this is another thing that like we'd probably chat about in Lurgan. Like what in school, like they just teach you completely the wrong way. For Lurgan. Sorry, not for Lurgan, for Irish.
Yeah.
Like, they'd teach you how to write and stuff like that. Like, they teach you the basics in primary school. Mm-hmm. And it would be like junior infants English up until 6th class, but in Irish. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as you get into secondary school, they're expecting you to do
like techniques and stuff.
Yeah, like, so you don't have the basis to even talk about that. So you just have to learn it off.
Yeah.
And there's so little emphasis on speech.
Yeah.
And like a language is meant to be spoken, not written. So
totally agreed.
The way that I actually look at it, I've got a bit of an extreme view on it. I think that in primary schools, it would make so much sense to have most of them as Gael schools.
Yeah.
There'd obviously be like a few dotted around that'd be English speaking schools because there might be people from abroad who wouldn't be able to go and speak Irish in a primary school. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Like, if we had that, then we got into secondary school and it's English speaking, but we all have that fluency in Irish anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, the language would just do so much better.
Yeah, like I wish I went to a Wales school, primary school. And I think I'd send my kids to a Wales school, primary school as well. I just, I don't know about turning everyone into a Wales school, but I think it would dramatically help the language. Like I know some people that went to Lurgan and they're completely fluent in Irish. They don't learn a thing when they're out there, but they go out for the crack because they're fluent in Irish and they just have a great time. I think that's the way the language should be. Like as in, like they'd even speak. Even I was on the bus the last day and there was coming out from town, going out to Claregalway where I live, and there was two guys behind us, like 2 seats behind us, speaking completely fluent Oscailga, and it sounded odd. Like as in, like in that surrounding, it was odd to hear it.
Which is kind of like
it was a sad.
Yeah,
because like I actually really liked the language and the fact that they were young lads as well. So like I think they were from Connemara or something because you could tell they were like locals, whatever. But it was odd to hear it on the bus. And me and my friend looked at each other like, gee, that's a bit unusual to hear that on the bus. But like at the same time, we're like, it's a good thing to hear. So
absolutely, that's one of the things as well. Because obviously, I haven't lived in Galway for a lot of my life. Mm-hmm. Like I was born in Kilkenny and then I moved to Mayo, and it was like 6 years ago or 8 years. No, hang on, 8 years that I moved to Galway. Mm. So I lived outside of like Gaeltacht areas. So I genuinely thought for most of my primary school that Irish was a dead language. There was no point in learning it. Mm-hmm. And I thought that for primary school in like Galway as well. But as soon as I like started to realise what was going around, like hearing people speak it in the town and stuff like that.
You hear people in town speaking it?
Yeah, like people actually come up when I'm busking, because occasionally I sing Lurgan tunes when I'm busking, so I'd be singing them in Irish. And people would come up to me and start speaking in Irish because they like to hear it. So it's only once I started realising that it was a language that was alive that I actually started caring if it was alive or not.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like, as in, like, if you talk to me up until TY, I would tell the Irish dead language. I don't think we should be learning it. And then I went to Lurgan, and I literally went up to my Irish teacher who had been teaching me, and I went, "Sir, that remained my harm." Like, I changed my opinion on it. As in, like, I actually really liked it after that, and that's the reason I kind of, like, I have a couple of Gaeltacht videos now. I'm going to do another one. Someone requested me to make a what to pack for the Gaeltacht video, so I'll do one of those as well. Because actually the first year I went, I forgot my towel. I know towels come with me. So, like, it's actually, there's like key things you kind of need. You need to literally prepared for torrential rain, and you need to be prepared for like like really sunny as well. So, but anyway, that's totally off the wall. But yeah, absolutely. Like, I think if you're anyway on the wall about going to the Gaeltacht, just go. Honestly, there's very few people who have a bad experience with the Gaeltacht that I've heard of. And like, it doesn't matter if you go by it yourself. I'd almost recommend going by yourself. I would never recommend someone go with your friends, because you're less likely to go socialise with people, and you won't meet as many people. And I know some people who went with friends and they're actually wish they'd gone by themselves. So because their friend was like very conservative, where they want to socialise with everyone. So yeah, no, do go to the Gaeltacht.